Hello, everyone. Welcome to our school year internship live stream of the Business and Entrepreneurship Showcase. So I'm June Bea, CEO of Bea Group, and we are so excited and proud to bring you. This is actually our second showcase with our interns, and so Bea Group has been working with the Downey Unified School District as well as with Blue Dot Education to work with interns. So these interns they're alumni from our summer program. And so school year internship means that they are alums from the summer and have continued with us for 12 more weeks. So I just wanted to invite their industry lead is Adam. So hi, Adam.
Hello, how is everyone doing tonight? How you doing, June?
Good to see you. I'm so excited about these showcases.
Yeah, and as am I. I've had the pleasure of getting to see these young people work through this process over the past 12 weeks. And, we had a lot of different conversations, covered a lot of different topics. The focus was business and entrepreneurial thinking. The interns were not only helpful in following along with Blue Dot Education, an educational company that I work for. They also developed their own ideas and created their own business plans. Many of them had ideas in place and built those out. Some have ideas for future projects, and it's just really exciting to hear them talk about it. It's an inspiring group, and after working with them, I just feel kind of rejuvenated, very hopeful, and excited to see what they have to share tonight. And so, if we are ready with no further ado, Salma, I believe you're going to start us off. So if you'd like, you can share your screen and go ahead and walk us through your pitch.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yep, looks good. And we have your first slide there. So go ahead, Salma. Thank you.
This is not my first slide.
Oh, that's all right. We're seeing your executive summary if you need.
Okay. Okay, so going into my executive summary. Well, first, this wasn't my first slide, but my first slide was supposed to be that this is my art pitch, and I am Salma Noguera, and this is my art business pitch that I've been working on for the past 11 weeks as a business and entrepreneurship intern. So my executive summary. What do? I create handmade, customized art pieces. How will I do it? My art pieces will be sold online through my website with made-to-order forms and with pre-made order art pieces ready to purchase. Who will I serve? My art business serves primarily teens to young adults who want unique, fun, and personalized home decor. Why do I do it? To help those who wish to bring ideas, concepts, perceptions into reality through customized art pieces. Into my logo design, Adam gave us a little objective that if we wanted to create our own logo, we could, but it wasn't necessary. But I love creating logos for fun. So I decided to create my own, and my business name was going to be Única Creations. The Única came from unique in Spanish. It means unique in Spanish, and because I'm Hispanic. So I wanted to incorporate that in my logo, because all my customer art pieces are going to be unique to the requests and to whatever they want on their art piece that I create for them. So that's why I wanted to put Única Creations as my logo. And then my slogan is going to be home decor handmade with love, because that's what I create. I create home decor and it's made with love because I love doing what I do. And then the background was inspired by paint splatter or paint blobs that I do when I create acrylic paintings. So yeah. Oof. I don't know what's wrong with my slides. They keep going all over the place. Okay. Organizational team. So far, it's a one-woman team, and I'm the only person on the team as of now. However, I do plan to work with new helpful members along the journey, and I do hope to welcome more artists on my team. And I would love to be able to create a community at the end of all of this so that I can have a team that's full of artists who love doing what I do. My roles in this company so far will be managing customer orders and requests, creating the art pieces, photographing the products, marketing the products, managing social media platforms, and running my website. Of course, throughout the journey, I do hope that I will have people to help me do all these tasks because it is hard doing it on my own. Since I'm a one-woman team as of now, I'll introduce myself a little bit more in depth. So I'm the artist and I'm the business owner. My strengths are that I'm creative, I'm a portrait and still life photographer, I'm a photo and video editor, I'm patient and empathetic. And empathy is key to running a business because you're able to step into your customers' shoes and you're able to analyze what they want, what they need, so you're able to supply to whatever they want. And these photos are a few of my favorites that I've taken. This one is of my grandma, this one's of my brother, this one's of my grandpa, this one is with my mom and my dog at Grand Canyon. And then this picture, actually, I've won 2 photography contests in the past. And this shows like my photo editing abilities. And this was before it was just a raw picture. And then after editing it, I was able to bring the picture alive. So yeah. Company description. I create customized handmade rugs, hand-painted acrylic canvases, glass paintings, hand-painted shoe designs, and what needs or wants do my customers have? Teens and young adults often desire to buy things that are trending or that relate with their personal interests. How will I solve these needs? I will tailor to the requests on the customized order forms they fill out and create an original art piece that relates to their unique personal interests. So these 3 on the side are just examples of my rug designs, my glass paintings, and my acrylic paintings. Marketing. Who's my target market? Teens and young adults. I plan to reach teenagers and young adults through social media platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Reels, Facebook, and marketing ads. And here are a few of my favorite pieces that date all the way back to 2016 to this year. I've created a lot of art pieces, but these are just a few of my favorites. So the one on the top left that I'm pointing at here is a commission for my cousin's friend. This one was a commission for my family. This was a commission for one of my friends. This one was a commission for one of my friends as well. This one, I just did it for fun. And then this one was from one of my friends. And this one was for my family. And these are 3 of my first rugs that I ever made. They were just M&M simple circle rugs to practice on. So that I had a lot of fun doing. And then this is my most recent commission for a friend as well. Industry analysis. So just like a little disclaimer before I get into this, I was blessed in finding interest in an industry that I'm able to learn from, because a lot of other industries, like competition and making profit is a priority. But thankfully, since I'm in the art business, I'm able to learn and I guess idolize my mentors to making better art. So it's not all about profit and it's not all about who makes more amount of this and who makes more amount of that. So I'm blessed to be in this industry because I can do as much as I want, as little as I want, and I will be praised for it by the other small business that also make art as well. And these are just a few pictures of my favorite artists that are also small businesses that also do the things that I do too. So these are just rugs for my favorite artist that makes rugs. And then this is my favorite photo of shoe designs of my favorite shoe design artists. And then these are all just different types of art pieces from other artists as well. So who are my competitors? There are thousands of competitors who sell similar products that I do online and in person. What makes my competitors successful? They each have their own limits of customization abilities, creative outlets, and target markets. How am I different from my competitors? I will prioritize quality over quantity and on customer service. Why do I think I will find success? Because I will incorporate and fuse together unique requests of my customers onto art pieces they will enjoy and admire. Oh, client testimonial. These are a few of my favorite clients that I've had in the past. This picture was not supposed to be there. It was supposed to be on the next slide. But this is one testimonial from Darlene. She's my cousin's friend. And her testimonial was that she said, I loved it. You did such an amazing job with detailing. And this was actually like one of my favorite paintings that I've ever done because it was definitely out of my comfort zone. And I didn't think I was capable of painting characters like that from animes. So that was really fun to paint. And then this one, Miguel, he's actually a close friend of mine. This commission took a long time to make because he thought that because I'm his friend that he can, over the time that I was trying to make the commission for him, he kept changing pieces here and there and different requests here and there. And he's like, you know what, take this out. I don't want this anymore. Or can you add this? This looks cooler. And I just had to keep resketching the whole painting over and over until I finally had to tell him like, okay, you have to make a final decision because I can't keep resketching this over and over. But at the end, he said, OMG, how did you turn my sketch into this masterpiece? And I was really happy with the result as well. This was this was his sketch, and he basically just told me to make it into something great that described him, because his request initially was just to create like a banner that he could put on his room, an acrylic painting that he could put on his wall and show his friends that represented him. And he basically told me to turn that and to this, which I was really proud of what I did, of how I was able to turn it into. But yeah. Corporate responsibility. This question of how will my business help the world took me a while to respond to, because art in itself is there's a lot of reasons for art in the first place, and a lot of different people find different meanings in art and how it helps the world. But for me, I hope that my customized art pieces will spread inspiration and love to those who receive them. I hope that the personalized art pieces my customers order can bring happiness and relief just by seeing the request come to life. That is my ultimate goal. Okay, so price ranges for my artwork. I wanted to give also another little disclaimer before I explain this. A lot of the times artists are overworked and underestimated for their ability. Oftentimes people or customers of artists say that, oh, I can get what you make for much cheaper at another store, at a department store for like $5, and you're charging me over $100. Like, this is ridiculous. Customers like that are always really hard to deal with. I've personally dealt with customers like that. And I remember trying so hard to just find customers that I was just allowing customers like that to treat me that way. And I once heard a very close friend of mine told me that if somebody is not willing to pay for the hard work in your art the hard work that you put into your art, then they're just not your customer. And that definitely opened my mind into realizing that I don't have to please everyone with my art, and that not everyone is going to be my customer. So yeah, that's a little background as to where my price ranges are coming from. So on my artwork, piece ranges depend on the difficulty of the design, the amount of material, and amount of time it takes. So my acrylic paintings can and will range from $50 to $300 plus. My rugs can and will range from $15 to $500 plus. My glass paintings can and will range from $20 to $200 plus. And my hand painted shoe designs can and will range from $45 to $200 plus. Funding for materials. I decided to list absolutely every single thing that I might need just in case anybody would like to invest any type of money into my business, because every investor deserves to know exactly where every single penny is going and how it will benefit my business. So I'll go through a long list of all the materials that I would need for each type of artwork that I will do. So for glass paintings, I would need glass canvases, small, medium, large, depending on what the customer wants. I would need acrylic paint tubes, paintbrush repairs, glaze for after I finish the glass paintings, paint sponges, disinfectant wipes, Sharpies, black outline markers, and glitter. And just here, it would be $315 in total for 1 year of glass painting materials. Handmade rugs, the rug art pieces would be the most costly for me to make because it takes way more materials than acrylic paintings do, and it's a much more harder process than just acrylic paintings. So for handmade rugs, I would need rug yarn, mug cloth, rug backing, rug glue, rug spatulas, rug trimmer, rug frame, rug vacuum, rug tough needles, rug tough machine, and in total for hand rugs, it would be $805 for materials. For hand painted shoe designs, I will need leather paint, paint brushes, shoe cleaner, shoe paint finisher, shoe individual plastic wrapping, and in total for shoe design materials, it would be $140. So I summed it up. For materials alone, it would be about $1,260 to run for a year. And then I added a separate funding page for packaging, shipping, and platform fees. Since I do plan to have my business online, I would need to package, ship, and have my platform to sell my artwork in the first place. So my packaging, I do want custom colored stuffing in there to make it fun to open, like if you're opening a gift on Christmas, or compostable packing for the environment, and custom sustainable box packaging as well as ribbons. And for a year, it would be $100 in packaging, a rough estimate. And then for shipping, since I haven't chosen a shipping carrier yet, I'm not sure what the amount of money is because there's a whole bunch of shipping carriers out there. But the shipping label will depend on the shipping carrier, the origin, the destination, the weight, and the dimensions of the package. And then for platform fees, my marketing ad fees would be Instagram, TikTok, and Etsy. And I do plan to start my business on Etsy, so there would be business fees as well. And I would have to pay an initial transaction fee of 5%, as well as having to pay 20 cents every time I list an item on Etsy, as well as when I sell an item on Etsy. So for a year, it'd be $20. And in total for the materials, the funding for the packaging, the shipping, and the platform fees, it would be $120, and a grand total of all of them combined would be $1,450 to run my business for a year. So let's stay in touch. I hope some of you are interested in ordering a piece from me in the future. I do plan to launch my business in June. And if any of you would like to take a picture of any of my contacts so that you can contact me in the future, if you would like an art piece, I would so be willing to create something unique and personalized for you. So yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Salma, for starting us off. And the art is just incredible. And I'm excited to see where you go from it. June, did you want me to continue or did you want to introduce some folks?
Yes, I would. Thanks, Adam. I would like to introduce John Harris. John, are you in a position to say hello?
Yeah, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi. Hi, John.
Hello. So good to see everyone here. And thank you for sharing your learning process and your project outcomes with us. We're so very proud of the journey that you've been on with your internship. And so just a big thank you. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you to the deep dive leads in these internships for our students. It means so much. They will never forget what they've learned and how you have shepherded them along the way. So thank you so much.
Thanks, John. So John's from the Downey Unified School District. He's the Director of College and Career Readiness. That makes it possible for us to have these programs through some grant funding. So, all right, Adam, turn it back to you.
Great, thanks. And thanks for those kind words, John. These young people make it easy. Their ideas and their inspiration is fun to work with. Alyssa and Damien, how you guys feeling? You guys all set?
Yes. Yes, we're ready.
Cool, you can take it away.
Awesome.
Okay, so hi, my name is Damien Varela.
And my name is Alyssa de la Cerda, and this is our cookie business. So just some background on me. I'm a senior at Downey High School. I started my cookie business roughly during the pandemic about 11 months ago. It's my first time ever really owning a business, but it's been some of the most fun I've ever had.
And I'm Damien Varela. I'm also a senior at Downey High School. I only started working with Alyssa because of this internship, which I am thankful for. And getting to learn more about her and her business has been pretty fun. I'm the creative director, where basically I manage the direction that Alyssa wants to go in. And she does literally basically everything else, from making the cookies to selling them.
So a little bit about our cookies. They're pretty much just homemade, really basic sugar cookies, but they're made with a lot of sugar, obviously flour, eggs, and baking soda. And that's pretty much about it. The cookie itself is not too special, but it's really what we make out of the cookies and what occasions we make the cookies for that make it so meaningful to us to create.
Yeah, sort of like Alyssa said, we make cookies for, all sorts of different occasions and for different events, and this ranges from birthdays to weddings to graduations to just any celebration in general. And we use our designs to place our emphasis on make sure that the people are happy with what they're getting and fit the theme of the party.
So with any business, there comes some problems that we face along the way. One of them being cookies like ours are usually very expensive. Although the ingredients are basic, the amount of time and effort it takes into producing a cookie so sometimes exceeds the monetary cost of producing. Another problem is that a lot of big businesses that are our competitors don't really take the time or put effort to form true relationships with their customers, which is something that we hold very dear to us. And the other issue is that many companies are very limited in their style choices in terms of cookie cutters, or maybe they only offer some designs, while we're very flexible and open to pretty much anything that can be offered.
And some of our solutions that we found to those problems were that we made our cookies not only affordable, yet we're also very flexible in our delivery and in our pricing. We're not really held back by, you live 40 minutes away or whatever to deliver the cookies. We like to cater to what the customer needs. And this leads into our second solution, where Alyssa decides to build meaningful relationships with her customers. And that is statistically proven, we went over it and everything, that it brings them, that's what makes the customers coming back, the customer service that they get with Alyssa. And that sort of brings them coming back to want more cookies from us and not other big industry companies. And we pride ourselves in being flexible in our pricing and in our style designs. Sort of like Alyssa said, we're not really limited or held back. We're willing to take on that challenge and to sort of challenge our imagination and our designs.
So in terms of finances, the cost of producing one regular plain sugar cookie is about $2, $24 by the dozen. And the cost that we charge customers is roughly $35 for every dozen, but it increases with the complexity and design of the cookie. So the more basic you get it, sort of the cheaper it is, and the more complex and intricate you want your design to be, the more expensive it is. But it never exceeds the price or really meets the price of our competitors, who charge an upwards of $50 per dozen, as we have found. So again, it just makes it very attractive for customers to want to come back, because we don't focus too much on the profit aspect of the cookies, because I honestly just enjoy making cookies. I mean, I love the smell of my house when it's warm, maybe not in the heat right now, but at least during Christmas, it's the best thing ever. And it's just fun, to bake. So we're not really too worried about how much profit we make necessarily, but more so just the fun that we have and the relationship, again, that we're able to build with customers.
And going based off of what Alyssa said, customer satisfaction is our number one priority. That's like our highest interest. You know, it's not about the money for us. We want to make the customers happy with not only with the pricing, but also with the designs and like the care we put into the cookies to make. You know, I feel like that really allows us to be different than other like companies, because other companies, you know, they, like I said, they charge a lot, or they do not offer as much flexibility in design, which we do pretty well in both those sections.
Yeah, so upon reviewing sort of like the cookie industry as a whole, we found that it was very limited in terms of like homemade sugar cookies. Like, sure, we have big like cookie companies and like things of that nature, but for customizable cookies, you know, where you can get your name on them and birthday celebration, all of that fun stuff, it's pretty limited. And we saw that a lot of our competition are big, you know, cookie places like Big Sugar Bake Shop or Cookies by Camila. And most of these companies do have more experience, which we do lack as teenagers, but they also charge a lot for very similar products. I mean, every cookie is kind of made the same, again, with flour and sugar. So we offer that for our customers in terms of just charging less. And we also are at a disadvantage in terms of outreach. But we do tackle that again by posting a lot on social media, and then just through word of mouth, again, through customers who come back because they love our customer service and our cookies.
And going based off what Alyssa said again, for our growth strategy, we really want to place an emphasis on social media outreach and our marketability, because we feel like that'll allow us to get a broader outreach in customers. And this involves using social medias like Instagram and TikTok, which is basically going to be able to outsource us to a bunch of other customers that, like, you know, could see our posts and be like, I want to buy from us.
And upon reviewing our budget and how much we spend quarterly throughout the year, we found that in order to run our business for a full year, we would need to request $2,000 in funds. Sorry, I'm cutting out. Okay, I think I'm back. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, this will cover, again, the cost of production, the cost of products, which include flour, sugar, and butter, the cost of delivery, because gas is not as cheap as it was beginning of the pandemic, and then also the cost of just general utensils like cookie cutters. I know we mentioned that we're very flexible with designs. When customers come to us with very unique designs that maybe aren't exactly a perfect circle or a square, I buy those myself, right? I go on Amazon or Etsy, I see who can make it for me, and that costs money. So the cost of those utensils, boxes to deliver, cookie sheets, and just general stuff like baking powder, all of that fun stuff is what would be covered in this funding request. And yeah, that wraps up our presentation. So thank you very much for your time. And I hope you guys enjoy my cookies when I see you guys at our celebration.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Damien and Alyssa. Yeah, and Alyssa actually managed to grab a client out of this internship. Hopefully supply some cookies for us on our during our celebration at the end of this program. So I'm excited for that. Up next, we have Jasmine, Caleb, Gary, and Jonathan. So you guys can get set up and then you guys will take it away. And we'll have some time for questions at the end for the whole group.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jasmine Gary, and I go to Downey High School. And in the Business and Entrepreneurship program, we have a concentration on clothing, and I take care of management and design.
Hello, I'm Caleb Villanueva, and I also am in charge of management, and I'm a senior at Warren High School.
Hello, I'm Gary Brooks. I'm also a senior at Warren High School, and I was in charge of manufacturing.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Quintero. I am also a senior from Warren High, and I take charge of the finance.
For our clothing brand, it's called Minimal Reasoning. It's a pretty simple name. Minimal means small amount, so we wanted to incorporate a small and affordable price for our clothing, and also have a limited amount of clothing to sell per drop. And the reason behind that, that we feel that each one of our customers should be able to feel and look our best without spending a lot of money. One of the main problems in the clothing industry is that affordable and stylish clothing are sometimes hard to come by. And a main solution to that is that we have to take the initiative to come out of pocket in order to create affordable clothing without our customers spending a lot of money. As you can see above, this is probably what our product will start to look like. As you can see, our logo is printed on, but in order to avoid defects, we will want to use a press machine, or we would sew our clothes on, sew the logo on our clothes. In the future, we will definitely start adding more colors, more styles and designs, and also take into consideration of what our customers may want. A lot of our competition is what we see every day, such as Thrasher, Nike, and Adidas. Thrasher is definitely a main competition, as that's what we're inspired by. Thrasher's clothing is very simple. It's really like crew necks, regular t-shirts, long sleeves with just their logo. But the benefit that they have is that they have a lot of colors and they have a lot of designs. And now we're passing it off to Caleb.
So, what makes our brand stand out? What separates Minimal Reasoning from others is that we support the ethical manufacturing of sustainable clothing while still offering that unique design that young adults and teenagers desire. We want to combat fast fashion, which inherently harms the environment and workers with our products. We want our clothing pieces to last for each customer instead of being bought and then thrown out just the next day. With our brand, we hope to avoid unsafe working conditions, underage labor, unrealistic work hours, and want to focus on community values that we hold dear to our hearts. We want to treat the environment and our workers with the utmost care, unlike certain other brands. And I'll pass it on to Gary.
So for our brand, we want to produce our products at our location. We don't want to buy a ton of like shirts, sweatshirts, and mass produce them in a third world country to give to our customers. And some equipment we might need to use this is a silk screen printing machine. And we're gonna buy our clothes in bulk because we're a small business, so we don't have much money to go out there and get this nice quality clothes because we still want to make money and still like be in business. But we're still gonna offer our customers like a unique quality design. And I will pass it off to Jonathan.
So when it comes to producing our stocks, we would like to invest in our equipment. So we're granted to make at least $3,500 off this stocks. We would like to split that $3,500 into 3 individual investments. So for our first investment, we would like to invest $1,000 on machinery and development merchandise. We would also like to split that $1,500 on merchandise products so we can make enough good quality. Fabric range from XS to 2X. And then we would like to spend that last $1,000 into ink, heat transfer, and print, and etc. And that concludes our presentation. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jonathan, Jasmine, Gary, Caleb. Appreciate it. I love the design and the thoughtfulness that goes into sustainable clothing. Such an important topic. All right. To finish us off, we have Jackie, Isabella, and Olivia. So whenever you guys are ready, you can go ahead and get started.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Olivia and my business team partners are Jackie and Isabella. And today we will be delivering our pitch on our business, Downey's Wellness Center, which is built on the foundational idea of a strong mind makes a strong woman. So to start, we'll have Jackie share our executive summary.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So for our executive summary, we're going to be talking a little bit more in depth of what the business will be. So what we plan to do is a wellness facility in collaboration with Downey's Period Plan, where our company will aim to help women improve their mental health in affordable ways. We plan to do this by providing our consumers with affordable access to a wide range of de-stress services/outlets, such as psychologists, estheticians, access to a gym, access to jewelry plus art stations, and access to a spa. We do this because we want to advocate that mental health is essential to an overall well-being. By giving our customers access to various affordable services, we hope to be able to improve their mental health through the ways that they may desire or that work best for them. We want to be able to help them build a brighter outlook on life, a healthier body, and a stronger mind. So now I'll pass it on to Isabel.
Hi, I'm Isabella, so I'll continue with our company description. What do we do? Our company provides high quality, affordable care for the mind and well-being, from therapy sessions to a gym to jewelry and art stations. Our facility aims to hit all the marks for our customers and to achieve their complete satisfaction. Why do we do what we do? We strive to help all women who deeply desire to improve their mental health with the variety of services we offer at Downey's Wellness Center. We allow our customers to explore, choose, and enjoy the options that best fit their wants and needs. So now I'll pass it on to Olivia.
So this is our organizational team. So to start, we have Jackie Gonzalez. She would be our sales representative and therapist, and her strengths include speaking, communication, collaboration, and time management. And next we have myself. I would be the publicist and marketing manager, which is basically the person in charge of social media, reaching out to and creating connections with companies, investors, and sponsorships. And some of my strengths include punctuality, enthusiasm, and writing. And lastly, we have Isabella. She would be our research ambassador, and her strengths include patience, being skilled at using technology, and being organized. Next, we have Jackie.
So the way we plan to market is we plan to reach our target customers by building social media platforms such as on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and possibly even marketing ads. So now it'll be.
I'll continue with our industry analysis. Who else is out there? Our competitors are all the companies out there that specialize in the self-care services we provide. To list a few of our competitors, there's Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, CrossFit, Massage Envy Spa, Lovely Nails and Spa, Lush Health and Spa. What makes these companies successful is that they specialize in one specific service like the fitness/gym industry and the beauty skincare. However, we are different from our competitors because we provide a variety of services, which are all located in the same one facility. With this system, we are able to target not only the consumer's mind and mental health, but also their physical, spiritual, and emotional health. So our consumers can relax and unwind in the ways they desire all at one location. I'll pass it on to Olivia now.
So for corporate responsibility, how will our business help the world? With our eclectic services at Downey's Wellness Center, we will build a stronger community and overall help women build confidence and motivation. Our company will be their place to unwind and step out from the real world. Whether they receive a soothing massage, vent to a licensed therapist, or unleash their inner artist at our art studio, our consumers will be able to find their de-stress outlet and alleviate their emotional burdens. And more importantly, they will be able to focus on themselves and find relaxation in becoming stronger individuals, both on the inside and out. Hence, our foundational idea, a strong mind makes a strong woman.
So when it came to looking at our financial projections, because of the amount of services that we want to be able to provide, we had to look at each service separately. So for our therapy office, we found that it could range around $10,000 per office. So to the right of it, we have a picture of how we would want the office to look like. So it's a little bit more spacious and it kind of looks like a living room, but we want it to be able to look like that because we want to make it feel more comfortable, kind of homey. So when you are in your therapy session, you do feel more comfortable when it comes to sharing out your feelings. So for the gym, we found that it's around $500 per rack, but that is if you would like to lift. To the right of it, we have a rack that you can normally find at almost any gym. And then we also wanted to add in a treadmill just in case lifting isn't something that you like to do, or just one day you don't want to be able to do that. But we also wanted to have access to a treadmill so you could take a walk or a jog or a run, because oftentimes being outside, like whether it's at night or during the day, some people can feel uncomfortable doing that outside by yourself. So for the spa, this including esthetician care and massage care, it's around $400,000. To the right of it, it kind of looks like a sauna, but we want to be able to do it. It's kind of like the idea that we want to have, so people can just relax and like just have like a space to be able to like be alone and kind of calm down a little bit. And then we have an art studio, which is including supplies plus the office, which is around $40,000 to $50,000. To the right of it, it's kind of like the supplies that you would get to be able to um, express your talent, whether you want to freehand it, or we also want to be able to have someone that can guide you through an art lesson. So it's kind of like those supplies that you would need. And then how much we will charge for our product or service, we kind of wanted to make it seem like a membership where you can access all these things. So you would only be paying $25 a month because we want to make it as affordable as possible. So when it comes to accessing this, to be able to access these services, you will need to make an appointment, but you won't be charged for every appointment that you do make within the month. For the whole month, you can get as many appointments that are available for $25 a month.
So lastly, we have our funding request. Because our facility is based on improving mental health and well-being, we are aiming to receive money through public health funding, which is underlined for emphasis. Just as educational facilities like schools are funded through taxes, we hope our company can receive money through a similar system. So to our audience, if our idea of a wellness facility for women caught your attention, we would kindly ask you to help us with funding in order to make our facility, Downey's Wellness Center, become a reality.
Thank you so much for listening. We'd love to hear from you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate the pitch, and the idea is just incredible and so important. And that goes for everyone. My interns have heard this line already because I saw their practice pitches on Tuesday, but I said afterwards I wanted to purchase some art, eat some cookies, get some new threads, and go get a massage. So I think they do a nice job of conveying their ideas and sharing them. And I'm just really impressed with how creative and thoughtful they are. So it was a pleasure to work with them. And I guess, June, open it up to questions, feedback, anything like that.
Yes, let's do that. Maybe I'll start. I'm curious, what would be for each group, what would be your one takeaway from this internship experience?
Cool. Let's go in reverse order. Jackie, Isabella, and Olivia, can I have you guys jump in on that one first? One takeaway from this.
I think for me personally, one takeaway from this was honestly seeing the whole like business plan kind of unfold, because I had always had an idea, like I wanted to create my own business, but I didn't know how. So being able to do the research and like being able, like competitor wise, like I was like, why would I focus on a competitor? But it actually helps you see like the focus that you have and like what makes your business special. So I feel like that was a big takeaway when it came to seeing the business plan unfold, because I was a little nervous coming into it. I was like, I don't know anything about business, but Adam did do a really good job of being able to show us this, whether it was the video to kind of start that conversation going. So I feel like for me, my big takeaway was just seeing like different aspects that you never thought would count, like competitor wise. Like I never thought, I was like, why would I focus on a competitor? But it's to help your business be better and make people be able to come approach your business.
Thanks, Jackie. Isabella, Olivia, anything you care to add?
Okay, I'll go. One thing that I could take away from this is just the importance of communication, because this is really similar to the summer internship where we were thrown into a breakout room with people with similar interests and stuff like that. And yeah, it just reminded me of just how important it is to communicate, even if we think that our idea is small or it's like, just like small. It's just really important to like voice it and let the other members know so that it could really flourish into a big project like our business plan. So yeah, that would be my takeaway.
I agree with Olivia. I think communication was really important. for us, and we were able to connect with each other and form our business by sharing out our ideas, and it was like really nice to be able to connect with them.
Thank you guys. And then let's see, who did I have next on my list? Caleb, how about you? Any takeaways from this program?
One takeaway I had was how important communication was for this whole entire internship, because at first we didn't really know each other, and so it was really hard getting that first question out there in our breakout rooms. And once we started like talking slowly to each other, it really sailed from there, and it let our presentation making like slide a lot smoother. And it's just that creativity when coming to a business is just so important. And that's all I had to say.
Thanks, Caleb. And I know, I think Jasmine texted me on the side, said she's having some tech trouble, got kicked out of the room. But Gary, are you there? What's a takeaway you had from the program?
I say a main takeaway I had was that you can really do like anything with the team. Because like I don't think I could have done this all by myself. And then getting like these equal minds with me and working on like different part of the project, I feel like you can just do like anything with the team if you have like your mindset together.
Cool, I love that teamwork. And Jonathan, are you there? How about you? Anything you took away from this program?
One of the takeaways from this program was it was a lot of communication and stuff like that. We learned a lot how to communicate with one another, how to work together. Another thing that we learned from this intern was critical thinking. We had to think out of the box when it came to, having this creative mindset, which was one of the big takeaways that we learned from this internship. And another thing I appreciate was, everyone like gathering all together and reaching out to one another and like, stay in touch with other people. Because that's how work gets done, is by communicating and getting work done.
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan. And I can really appreciate this about what he just shared about this group, and a lot of you guys have shared, is we didn't know each other at the beginning of this, and we started from places of interest. We sort of just kind of listed out our interests, and it led to these groupings, and it's been really cool to watch those groupings and interests turn into relationships, which has been really nice to be a part of. Damien, how about you? What's something you've taken away or enjoyed?
Something I really enjoyed about this internship was like sort of like you teaching us everything that goes into like not just like the effort, obviously, but also like all the different stuff you have to know about like a business and a business plan before you actually like are able to present it forward to someone. Like you need a like sort of what my what Caleb and them were saying earlier. You need like a lot of like collaboration and a lot of like communication with each other to know like what's best for like what you guys both want, and or like in the group like what you guys all want. But I really did enjoy like this internship, and I learned a lot more about like not just about business in general, but about just overall teamwork.
Awesome. Alyssa, how about you?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me was being open to criticism. I've always kind of been like a softie when it comes to criticism. Like people tell me they don't like a certain aspect of what I'm presenting or what I'm doing, and I'm like, oh, like it hurts my feelings a lot. But I feel like I've sort of toughened up in a way through this internship. Like not all feedback and criticism is negative or bad in a way, because I mean, for the most part, we all like genuinely loved each other's projects and wanted to help each other grow and see the best versions of each other, be presented today. And so just like being able to give criticism and take criticism in like a work environment was like a really valuable skill that I picked up on.
Yeah, absolutely. And that, yeah, you guys did a really nice job. I watched this evolve and happen throughout it, where criticism has such a negative connotation to it sometimes, but it's such a necessary part of life. And it's all in how you deliver it and you receive it that makes it helpful. And so it was really impressive to watch you guys go through those cycles and give each other feedback in ways that truly helped each other. So that was a cool part for me. Salma, how about for you?
I took away so many life lessons, like just from this little internship. I think the top three lessons that I learned through this internship, or the takeaways, would be number one, even though I'm on my own, I got to learn and appreciate all the other hard work of the other interns. And I was able to feel like I was a part of a team, even though I was pitching on my own. I was able to go along the journey of the process of how they got everything through and their plans and their communication and their connections. And it was really, really nice to see. My second takeaway would be how important it is to document processes or plans, because before I did kind of have an art business. I wouldn't say I did have an art business, but it was like more of a side hobby and I just happened to be making money doing it. But now I can proudly say, if someone asks me, hey, what do you do? Or I can bring up my pitch and I can say, this is what I do, and this is what I do. I mean, this is who I do it for, and this is why I do it. So that's also like, I'm very, very grateful for that. And the last takeaway is, I would say, how important it is to give feedback and how important it is to connect with people. Even though you've never met them, you're able to create relationships that I know will last a long time. And that will, even if they don't last a long time, you'll be able to leave a mark on them, a positive mark, so that they will be able to do better in the future.
Amazing. Thanks, Salma. Couldn't agree with more. You summed it up nicely.
Great job, everybody. I have a question. So I know that this internship was a little bit longer than the one that you did during summer. Was there anything that you were surprised by this time around? And that was for everybody.
I'm going to see if we can get a volunteer from the group, give you guys some time to think, but rather than walk through each one, I'm going to let you guys jump in. Something surprising or unexpected from this.
Yeah, I'd like to share. I think one of the most surprising things through this internship was honestly just like kind of myself, because like over the summer it was relatively a bit easier to handle an internship because it was over the summer. But like right now, especially as a senior, like we have college, applications and all of this stuff that's going on in life. I'm like on robotics, so I have to tackle that and then balance that with this internship. And then, I worked, I didn't stop working until about a month ago. So for a good majority of this internship, I was also working. So I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to handle all of this? And the fact that I was able to, through like communication, like we mentioned previously, and then just like talking to my peers and like just letting them know like, hey, I'm busy, but let's reschedule and figure out a day to make this work. And, just communication, like it really did teach me a lot of skills. And it taught me that like, even if I have a lot going on, I can really handle all of it. And I feel like that's really important to like know and sort of master, especially going into college.
I definitely. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you can go. Okay, I would agree with Alyssa. Definitely over the summer, there was a little bit more like it was a little bit easier to manage the whole internship. But I think this time, like being like June told us from the very beginning, it's gonna be a difficult task to take on, and I feel like we were all willing to do that. But I think for majority of us, like we all have different things going on. Like we're dealing with college applications, and then we're also dealing with like our other extracurriculars. Like personally, like I'm a part of ASB, so it's like I have I have to attend certain events. So then I'm like balancing both. Like there was one time where like I was doing a meeting in the car, and then like I was like parked outside of school, and then like I ran inside school, so I was gonna be late. So it was like very like it was a very nice thing to be able to learn how to manage your time and how to balance all these different things. I feel like it's a very good lesson for life in general. So I think that was like one thing that was very surprising. Like I thought like, oh, like I did it over the summer, like I could do it during the school year. And I mean, I was able to do it during the school year, but it was definitely a lot more difficult. And I'm very thankful that I was able to learn that at this age now before going to college.
Adding on to what Alyssa and Jacqueline said, uh, like college applications was one of my biggest challenges at the beginning of this year. And the fact that it was during this internship was pretty challenging, but I surprised myself with the amount of effort I put into this internship and the result. I was really proud of myself and my college applications and the scholarship interviews. And I'm just very proud of myself for doing all that, meanwhile doing this internship as well. And also, I would say that this is like the best way to start a year because you start off so strong and you that only inspires you to keep going as strong throughout the year. So I'm really proud of myself and of course of all my interns, of all my co-interns, not my co-interns, my co-designers. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. My co-workers, my co-workers for doing this as well because it just started at the beginning of the year full force with this internship. So yeah.
And Jasmine, I saw you're with us. We did a quick round of questions, and one of the questions we had was, you know, what's one thing you took away from this, or one thing you enjoyed, or one thing that surprised you about this program? And I wanted to give you a chance to contribute to the discussion if you'd like.
Yeah. So one of the greatest like strengths that I thought that I could encounter would be communication. And in this internship, I really had to show my communication skills. I had to make sure I was getting in contact with all of my coworkers, make sure everything was aligned in order to perfect our presentation.
Cool, thank you so much. Yeah, that seems to be a common theme, and I can attest that you guys are very good at communicating compared to where I was when I was your age. And I really appreciate that. And I really do, I want to acknowledge what you guys have named of having so many different things going on, and the fact that, you know, you guys handled it well. You know, if you were going to be late, if you had another commitment with school or with work, you guys would reach out to me, text me, call me, email me ahead of time, say, hey, Adam, I'm going to miss tonight's meeting because, or can I be late? And, you know, I think learning those skills is just so valuable. And I never had any doubt working with this group because of the kind of those behaviors that you guys were displaying, that, you know, I knew you guys were a good team to work with. And so I appreciate that about all y'all. Well, June, we are approaching time. I don't know.
I know this is great. And again, if this is our second of, actually it's the third, we did two that were combined earlier. So we have more showcases coming up. Our next one's actually on Monday, and it's going to be with the CRISPR group. So that is, and Carmen, if you could help me out with what time it's at. Let me look, believe. It's on Monday, the 28th, and it is at 4 p.m. So we will be back on YouTube. So please subscribe, please join us for the next group of interns who are working with gene editing technology, CRISPR. And then for this group, Business and Entrepreneurship, I so appreciate, and we all appreciate just all the work you've put into this, and hearing just from you about what your takeaways are and how you juggled and time managed. And you're right, we did say this one is different than the summer. We're going to be having higher expectations of all of you. And we are going to be stressing the importance of communication. And so it's really awesome to see you all just rise to the occasion. And it's exciting to hear what's going to happen. I'm excited. We're going to get to meet all of you in person coming up in a few weeks. So yes, does anyone have anything they'd like to share before we say goodbye on YouTube? We're good, Adam, we're good. All right. So thank you everyone for joining us, and we will be back on Monday on the 28th at 4 p.m. for the next group doing a showcase.